Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were doing something and time just seemed to go by really fast? Well, if you have, you may have entered a flow state. You see, a flow state is a state of mind where you are at a really deep level of concentration, and this normally happens during different activities or even just like studying. Like, whenever you enter a flow state, you basically time will seem to slow down. You will have a deeper level of concentration, you will have a deeper level of clarity where you kind of feel like you're acting out of instinct in a way, and you will do things that you should be doing but not really thinking about doing it. Some negative effects of flow state could be just not being fully aware of your surroundings since you are very locked in on what you're doing. Maybe another thing is you will lose track of time. Say you are studying and you have somewhere to be later on, and you are in this flow state while studying. Maybe you'll forget about what you're doing later because you'll be like, wow, I really just lost track of time. Some activities, there's plenty of activities that you can enter a flow state in. One of the more common ones would be, I guess, playing sports like baseball or basketball. Many of these NBA players and MLB players will try to enter a flow state, and during this flow state, they just lock in and they're in the zone, some people might say. You could also enter a flow state in things like studying or painting or anything like playing an instrument. There's plenty of things that you could enter the flow state in. Maybe some ways to help you get into this flow state. There is things like music, because music seems to calm you down and kind of mentally get you in the zone with like less stress. Some other ways to achieve flow state is kind of just having a clear goal as to what you are trying to do. And other people might even recommend meditation. I'd recommend meditation because meditation kind of calms you down, gets rid of stress, and makes you able to just put your mind on something and focus. Another good way to enter a flow state would be to do something that is challenging. While you want to do something that's challenging, you don't want to do something that's too challenging, because if you do something that is too challenging, then you might get like a sense of anxiety or just fear or worry in what you're doing because it's too hard. If you do something that's too boring or too easy, it's just going to be too easy to where it's you're not going to really put your mind to it. So I brought these AirPods as a way to show, because a lot of people will say whenever they go to work out, you want to bring your AirPods with you. So many times you'll work out and you might lose focus because there's so many things going on around you. So a way to help enter a flow state, you'd say, is to put in an AirPod. An AirPod kind of takes away all the sound and puts music that you like, that you're comfortable with, and it helps you really lock in and get in your zone or flow state. So Alfie Husney Fansuria and some of the co-writers who helped write this, there was a study on vacations and how flow state helped bring value and meaningful love into in the destination that people were looking at. So basically this was a study on tourists, and the tourists were basically getting examined about how long they were in their flow state, and it showed that flow state kind of helped showed like a satisfaction in the place that they were visiting. Another thing was Miss Jarina Jetaluska really showed how, or she was explaining how music and flow state go hand in hand. So like I was saying with the AirPods, music really helps you lock in, and even just playing an instrument, like having music there and being able to play an instrument really showed how flow state and music were hand in hand. So in conclusion, flow state is being able to lock in and get in this mindset where time seems to slow down and you can really lock in and focus on what you want to get done. And there are plenty of ways to help get into the state, such as meditating to help you focus, or playing music, and anything really that gets rid of your stress and makes you more comfortable.